the limitations or the shortcomings that we do have. And for this, the chapter or the surah that I recited in the beginning of today's talk, that says, called the Surah Al-Ikhlas, or the purity, or the oneness of God, that says, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Qul huwallahu ahad. Or Prophet Muhammad, you say, you announce it, you declare it. What? Qul huwallahu ahad. That Allah is only one. It's unique. Allahu samad. For our needs, we go, the creatures turn for their needs to someone. But Allah doesn't need that. Means He is as-samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He begets not, nor was He begotten. We were born, we have fathers, we have grandfathers, and maybe we have our own children and then have their children. So this is how it goes on. But Allah doesn't need any of these kind of things. He is above all. We need to sleep. He doesn't need to sleep. We get bored. He doesn't. He is eternal. We are finite. He is infinite. And belief in His angels. All the angels. And there are major 4 angels. The Jibreel, the Israfil, the Mikael, and the Israel. So these are the major, and there are numerous, other angels. And they have specified their special assignments, what they have to do. The messages, the holy messages, or the revealed messages from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were assigned to the angel Jibreel. And the Quran and the other, the holy scriptures or the holy books or the messages, revealed messages, were sent through this angel Jibreel from God to the different messengers and the prophets of that era, of that time. And the holy book Quran also was brought by the angel Jibreel from Allah, from God, to His messenger, Prophet Muhammad.
Actually, how to say in Urdu, the angel?
In Urdu, okay, for you to say Farishta. In Urdu language it's called Farishta, but in Arabic this word is called Malik. Can you understand Urdu language? Of course, okay. Then for your angel in Urdu language called Farishta. This word is actually derived from Arabic, that is called Malik. This is the word actually in Arabic. This is called angel. And with a slight difference, if you just change that, like in Chinese, we change when we write Chinese, and then there are some strokes. We call it first tone, second tone, third tone, fourth tone. Arabic is the same, more sensitive even than that, the meaning entirely changed. In Chinese, when you say ma, you say ma, ma, ma. So when you change the different tones, even the meaning entirely changed. So this word Malik, this word means angel. But when you put this word, you say down one stroke. If you remove this stroke and then you put it upward, Malak, it has a different meaning. And if you change this one and you put here another, these are the basic, the strokes that we use. There's upward, and then this is down, and then this one is up, shaped like this, and then this fourth is like, it's in the stationary form. These basic 4 stones. With this meaning angel, but with another one that I told you, that means the country. Another one, if you say Malik, that means master. That is also we used for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Malik yawmiddin. means the master of the day of judgment, the owner of the day of judgment. So, is enough clarification for
Thank you very much.
And the angels are in a continuous process of worshipping God. None of their, time, even if we put the blinking of an eye, it doesn't go into the disobedience of God. Their system that, in computer we have different software, different system, that it runs according to the system. The system that Allah has invented in the angels, it cannot go wrong. They are innocent. Means they cannot do any wrongdoings. This is the system inbuilt in the angels. They cannot go beyond that limits, that limitations that they have. Because I do also the literary work and poetry, it just remind me, with your due permission, just one stanza from a poet said, but I will translate it in English later. He said, "Farishton se behtar," that the word he asked, farishta. "Farishton se behtar hai insan banna, magar isme padti hai mehnat zyada." What does that mean? It means that the prestige or the honor or the level of human being is more higher than the angels, but it needs more, the hardships and the more, difficulties you have to face. Because the human being, he has the option to choose. He can choose among the wrongdoings and the good deeds, he can choose, he can pick up. But the angels, they don't have this system. They have only designed to do the good things. They are only made for to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and taking the messages from Allah and convey to His messengers. So their system is different. So that's why the poet says that it's better to become a human being, mankind. This mankind, his level is above. He is highly. Why? Because his test is very difficult. He has given two ways. This is the right way, this is the wrong way. And then is given the choice to him. If he chooses the right way, he will go to the paradise. If he chooses the wrong way, he will go to the hellfire. So that's why his test is difficult, then his reward is also is highly rewarded. And then the third one is belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed books. From time to time, for the guidance of the human beings, when they went wrong from their true belief, then Allah sent down His messengers to correct their wrongdoings. And then Allah sent His messages through His angels to the people of that time. And those chosen people are called Anbiya or Rusul. That means the messengers or the prophets. And those messages that were sent down to them are called the revealed books. Some of the prophets, this word I explained to you and you better understand. We have this the difference we call one Nabi and Rasul. Nabi actually is that messenger that he himself doesn't bring a new, Sharia, a new law of Islamic, the jurisprudence or Islamic Sharia. But he continues the previous messenger's message and to convey to the people of his time. But Rasul is the one, he has his own ummah, means he has his own nation and he has a new message. He has a message mean that is the revealed book, the holy book. But the Nabi is the one, he doesn't have any new message. He just is the continuity of his the predecessor, and then he continues the message. All those messages that have been revealed from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through His angels to the people of that time, these are called the revealed books. And the people of that time are bound to follow the commandments or the instructions or the message that has been given, because at that time that was the Islam, that was the message of God at that time. So the people of that time, they have to follow that message and the prophet or the messenger of that time. And then belief in prophets and messengers. Not only you believe what the angel has brought, but also the people who are conveying or who are, forwarding this message to the people at that time. You are also bound to believe like since Prophet, Adam, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and goes on until the Prophet Jesus and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah peace be upon all of them. And believe in the last day of judgment that we call Yawm al-Akhirah. That is the foundation of one of the element of our foundation of our belief. That means in this life, that is a test for us. And then we have to believe in that there is a life after this life, that is called life hereafter. And then in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Tabarakalladhi biyadihil mulk, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadirun alladhi khalaqal mawta wal hayata liyabluwakum ayyukum ahsanu amala. So here it's mentioning the purpose of the creation. He, Allah, is exalted, is gracious, is beneficent. For what purpose He has created? Tabarakalladhi biyadihil mulk wa huwa ala kulli, and He has a control over all things. And He has created the system of life and death. لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا, so that He can judge, He can test who is best among you in the matter of the deeds of the actions. Who is performing well? What the message that has been given to you, are you following that message? Are going astray from that message, from that right path? So this is the test. And the beauty of this test is that if we sit in this worldly affairs test, the test is unknown. We don't know what will be in the exam paper. But this test is already open. No need to guess anything. It's already open. The test is already open. It has been even, the consequences or the results even has been mentioned. If you will follow this path, that is called Sirat al-Mustaqim, the right way, okay, then you will go to the paradise. And okay, if you follow this wrongdoings or this wrong way or this, then you will go to the hellfire. So now it's up to us. If free will is given to us, that being a wise person, do we choose the wrong way for this, limited kind of, the happiness or enjoyment or desires in this worldly affairs that is limited. Maybe one of us has maybe some 50, 40 years, 60 years or 100 something years. And then this life will end, will finish. Or we choose the way, the right way, and then we will put our deposit of all these kind of things, our reward, and we ask in the life hereafter, and that is eternal. That is infinite, forever. So this day, what we have done here, if we have done something wrong, we will be punished. If we have done something very good, then we will be rewarded according to the degree of our actions. Like in the exam, if someone has just passed, maybe 33% or 40%, he just passed. Maybe, but some people who got A+. So the reward will be different for different peoples. As we see in this, the worldly examinations of the worldly affair matters. You can just pass, but if you pass with the high flyers, with the distinction, or you stood, the honors degree, okay, then you will have better prospects. But in the life hereafter, the same way, if the level of your belief, if the level of your iman is higher, then your reward will be higher. In one of the chapter is in the Quran is called the light, an-nur. And then in that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. Mathalu nurihi kamishkatin fiha misbah. Al-misbahu fi zujaja. Az-zujajatu ka'annaha kawkabun durriyin yuqadu. So some people will given the light in the life, hereafter, that they can just walk in their grave. There will be very darkness. But some people will given the light so they can just move and they can just see in front of their feet only, just a limited sight. But some people were given a light so they can see as much as their vision goes. So it depends upon the level of their actions, what they have done here, and on the same ratio proportion they will be rewarded. And the belief in Al-Qadr means predestined. Some people misconceive this message or this belief that if everything is already decided or predestined, then we have nothing to do. Here we have to differentiate that it's in Allah's knowledge, because His knowledge is all-knowing, He is all-wise, but our knowledge is different. We should not mix up the knowledge of Allah, the knowledge of God with the knowledge of the human beings. He knows what will happen, what is happening, and what has happened, but we don't know. And then we have to believe in this predestined things, but our choice is ours. Free will is given to us to choose the right way or the wrong way. Otherwise, this test becomes useless or senseless or nonsense. Because if we don't have the choice, then what is this whole system of punishment and reward? If it's not our free will, if it's not our choice.
Yes, some questions.
Can we?
After the question.
Yeah, there will be a question answer session. And to make it short, all these things that we believe, okay, then the major division that I made it here, that is called Iman Mufassil and Iman Mujmal. This is the utterance of the words. And this is the conviction that we have. I think I have to just quickly go through. The central idea is that what we say from our mouth, we utter the words, that has to be supported, has to be strengthened by our belief here in the heart, in our conviction. That is why in the Holy Quran there is it mentioned that some of the Bedouin means those Arab people that they were living at the time of Prophet Muhammad in the villages and those areas, and then they came to the Prophet and then they claimed that we have accepted Islam. Then the Prophet Muhammad told them, he rejected this claim, and then he said, you have not become, the true believers. You better say that we have accepted Islam but not the Iman. Iman is the higher level than the Islam. Iman means there should be a conviction, and then your actions should prove your sayings, what you say. And according to another verse of the Quran, لِمَا تَقُولُونَ مَا لَا تَفْعَلُونَ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, why you say something that you don't practice? And then for those hypocrites people who just say, who just lip service, we call it in English, the terminology is just lip service, but their actions are not compatible to their sayings, then those kind of hypocrites, like the politicians do in this modern age, they just do some very beautiful, the speeches, they play with the jugglery of the words, but the people's life doesn't change. They just say something. It's like all the stage show, the media stunt only. For those hypocrites people, according to the Quranic guidance, those hypocrites people will be the lowest level of the hellfire. Because those people who don't believe, they are very clear. They say, okay, we don't believe. Of course, they have the punishment. For those people who say that we are the believers, but they don't do the actions that has been, given in the Holy Book, so those people's, punishment will be severe, and then they will be, according to the Quran, they will be in the lowest level of the hellfire. These are all things explained. Okay, now the second of our today's subject, the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are the attributes, are the adjectives of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. People have this understanding that there are only 99 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but there are more than that, but commonly known as 99. But there are more than these names. And like the calligraphy is a Chungan Shufa, Alapu Yayu, Alapu Shufa. Arabic also have its Arabic calligraphy. So this is the word in Arabic, Allah. And other than this word are the attributed names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes. Okay, can you display? I think it's supposed to be. Before I go some of the explanations, I have chosen one of the beautiful collections of the name of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's recited in a very beautiful way. First you listen and this the word on the top is Allah. Maybe we don't have the speakers. Bilingual, you can see on the top Arabic and then the meaning in English. These are the 99 attributed names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And by the grace of Allah, I have learned by heart all these 99 names. And the start of my day, when I woke up and then goes for work or something, on the way to my work or somewhere, wherever you start of the day, I start with reciting these 99 names. When I was a child, I tried to I every day read from the book, but then later on someday I figured out, okay, all these 99 names I have memorized. Then since then, I try my best every day to recite these 99 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And most of these names, if you see there, I have given you the handouts. If you can find all these 99 names, I have put it in the handouts with its Arabic, first Hindi, and then second it's transliteration, not the translation, means how to read this word. First you see the first attributed name, Ar-Rahman, and then the second one is the transliteration, not the translation, and the third one is the translation. And then the fourth one, column, is the reference from which part of the which chapter or the which verse of the Quran this word has been used. So it's a reference for you so that you can keep it with you. Did you find? Did you find in the notes? Yes. And for these names, I have to say a few things and then to clarify. Because sometimes some of the attributed names, and they are also used sometimes, for the human beings as well, for us. So what should be the distinctive way that we can differentiate that what's the difference then when we use this word for Allah, for God, and the same word if we use for a person. Like if we say of ourselves, I am present, and then we also say God is present. We are present in this room, but we also say God is omnipresent and God is always present. And then we say, I know. And then Allah in the Quran also says, وَهُوَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ. He knows everything. He is all-knowing. So in that way, we also sometimes say that our life has the life. No? We have the life. And then Allah also used this word, the hayat. And then we say, I will do this. We determine to do something. It's our determination. But another thing that Allah has His own determination to do something. You say, I have made up my mind. But Allah's have also made up to do something. So then these things mix up, and people confuse that when we use these attributed names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the same words we use for the people, then what should be the formula, then what should be the distinctive way so that we can prevent from any kind of duty in these things. So in that way, I just want to give you a simple formula. The presence of God or when we say the embodiment of somebody is different. Allah is eternal, but our body, our presence is not from the eternal. We have been created, we have been born, but Allah doesn't need that. Keeping in view this difference, then we can understand that our capabilities and our abilities and the adjective, all these things that are related to these names, they are given by Allah, but Allah haven't received these kind of attributed names from anyone. He is eternal. We are finite and He is infinite. Our